DJs need love too.
Oh, they need love.
Yeah, DJs need love too.
Yeah, they need love too.
Yeah, DJs need love too.
Yeah, they need love.
Yeah, DJs need love too.
Yeah, they need love too.
DJs need love too.
Oh, they need love.
Check. Back with another episode of the DJs Need Love 2 show. I go by the name DJ Badio.
And I am DJ Monet.
And today, we got a special guest, man. We are live in New York City, and we got Superstar J in the building, y'all.
Shout out to everybody. Shout out to the young queen. What's up? How you doing?
I'm good.
Let's
How
get
are
this
you?
energy. We here.
We here.
My dude right here that had me walk like 10 blocks to get here, but we here.
New York City rain. It's raining out here, man. But we here, brother. We here.
Yeah, I brought the sunshine. Let's get it.
The Union DJs.
Yes, sir.
Mr. VIP Saturday Shade
Yes, sir.
45.
What else you
Mr.
want?
Pandora.
Yes.
What else? What else am I missing?
You want me to name awards?
Yeah.
MTV DJ of the Year.
Yeah.
Justo's Mixtape DJ of the Year.
Keep going.
Global Spin DJ of the Year.
Let's get it.
Essence Magazine DJ of the Year. Couple of stuff.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
It's a big deal, baby. Let's get it.
So Superstar J, for anybody who doesn't know.
Yo, show Superstar J. You doing your New York voice?
No.
All right. What's your sign?
I'm a Sag.
Sag, okay.
Sagittarius, yeah.
Leo.
You? Lion Leo.
Yeah. No. I'm older Leo.
Okay.
Leave the young ones, the young cubs for that.
Okay. So for people who don't know, where are you from?
I'm from Queens.
Queens.
Born and raised.
Okay.
Yeah.
What got you started in DJing?
What got me started was I wasn't the DJ at first. I was the MC. So I don't know how old, the king and queen are, but when you used to come up, used to be an MC and a DJ.
Okay.
So I was nice. I was very nice in basketball.
Okay.
So my name was Basketball J.
Oh, okay.
And then my cousin was the DJ, and his name was Duke, the Black Devil, because he was black. So, the Blue Devil.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
They called him the Black Devil.
Yeah.
And my grandmother, I always was obsessed of Run DMC and Jam Master J, but I couldn't rap. So I wanted to be Jam Master J. And my grandma's bought me some Scott turntables, the belt drives. I don't know if you know what a belt drive is. You know what a belt drive is?
No. Before my time.
All right, well, see, that's why it's so easy. A belt drive is something that had a belt around it, and you couldn't afford the Technique 1200, so you had to get the belt drive.
Yeah. I spoke about that too the other day.
She bought it from a pawn shop, and everybody used to come to my house, and we used to just make mixtapes. You know what mixtapes is, right?
Yes.
So, yes, mixtapes. So we did mixtapes, but I was the one that talked.
Yeah.
So I had the charisma, like, yo, Black Devil Superstar. Oh, no, it was Basketball J. Then, and I went to college, got a scholarship. We used to do like mad, because when you was a DJ, you used to have a stamp. So if you had a stamp, you was the man. You would go to Jamaica Ave and give your mixtapes. I used to see Clue. I used to see Ron G,
That's
Kid
fire.
Capri. And I was like, I want to be like these guys, but I still had basketball. So when I came to college, I broke my ankle, and I was depressed. I was like, man, I got recruited. I was like one of the top players, and then basketball is politics. So started feeling like the coach was recruiting over me, my spot. And I said, let me bring my turntables up here. And I brought my turntables up there, and I was just DJing in my room. And people used to come by because I lied and said that I had asthma, so they gave me a medical room so I could have my room by myself.
That's fine.
You know what I'm saying? So, because I just didn't want no room with nobody else.
Yeah.
So, started DJing, and sororities was like, yo, can you I was nobody. I was like, hey, I'll DJ. And I remember one person was like, yo, who's that? You should have got me. And it was a DJ from the radio out there. I went to school in Buffalo.
Okay.
His name was Bionic Man.
Shout out to Bionic
Rest in
Man,
peace. He's he passed away, but he was like, I'm a Leo. Like she said, I'm a Leo. So I've always been a person that if you like diss me, I'm gonna go harder.
Yeah.
So started doing we used to start doing parties in the dorms. And then I started getting like 3 parties a week.
Yeah, that's a good start.
And I was just like, yo, I used to talk in the lunchroom like, yo, I'm gonna be this, I'm gonna be that. And my African friend, his name is Bam, he was like, you know what, you should name yourself Superstar J. I was like, yo, that's better than Basketball J. And that's how Superstar J came about.
Wow, that's fire. That's fire right there, man. So, you known as the DJ that put DJs on. And it's a cutthroat business. We all know, even from new DJs to DJs that have been doing it for a while, it's becoming very cutthroat. Why is that still your position on putting people on?
And not gatekeeping.
Because I felt like when I was coming up, it was people that I always say we have a slogan that people like to hide their map.
Okay.
I never hid my map. You know what I'm saying? So when I was coming up, it was people that hid their map. Like I feel like it is a cutthroat business, but I'm so confident in myself that I really don't really worry about what the next person's doing. Like we can all shine, or I know I can rock out. I know you can rock out. And I always said, like, it was so hard for me to get in from mixtapes, dropping mixtapes. That was my first, like, you know, being a celebrity. You know what I mean? I came up doing mixtapes. Everybody would say Clue, Big Mike, Who Kid, and they'd be like, yo.
Shout out to Big Mike.
Shout out to Big Mike, good friend of mine. And I was just coming up. I came back from college. You know, I skipped the whole thing. I became Superstar J in college. I did everything I could do. I started doing arena, all the big parties in college. You know, and when you were in college, getting 5 nights a week DJing was like incredible. Like I was getting $400 a party. So I actually bought a crib out there.
$400 a party back then is good.
I mean, shit, this is good right now.
Yeah,
if you
now,
want to keep it real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At this point, you know what I mean, how people are cutthroat. And,
Yeah.
you know, especially in New York, I mean, you know, you got 5 DJs that they do in one night.
I just saw that last night.
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
You liked it?
Yeah, but it was just like, it kind of reminded me of Florida.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so New York, they shout to DJ Envy, a good friend of mine. He, for me, he invented that.
Okay.
Because he was like, yo, Jay, I still want to get my money. So I got to try to do 3 parties, you know, than sitting here and getting one price. So everybody started doing it. And before it was like, yo, you guys supposed to do a whole party. You're a real DJ. You do a whole party. But now, you know, in New York, you know, especially attention span, sometimes you need to bring a different DJ for that energy. I mean, we do it all the time. Sometimes we could be rocking out and then the next DJ could just bring a totally different energy.
I'm glad you said that like that, because I used to always like wonder why there'd be so many DJs. And I've been out here a long time, and you should see like 5 DJs on one party. I'm like, damn, who's getting paid? You know what I'm saying? But it makes sense now. It's like
it makes sense because the promoter wouldn't pay.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna sit here and do 4 to 5 hours for $300.
Yeah,
I mean, especially who I am and how much I work. I mean, how much you work. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, you know, I always tell people, and like people like, yo. I remember, you know, I had a couple of people that was like mentors. They'd be like, yo, don't take that price. I'm like, bro, you really can't tell somebody what price they got to take because you don't know what, you know what I mean? People got to pay their bills.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you might just get priced out.
Yeah.
We know it. We got, the DJs now that basically will DJ for anything.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not mad at them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, DJ became so easy that anyone could be a DJ. Before like 2-3 years, I would say nah, but anyone can be a DJ now.
Yeah.
So I just was like, you know, coming up from the Union, I met DJ Self when I was coming back to New York.
Yeah.
So I came from Buffalo as a big DJ doing parties, and I came back and it was like, who are you?
Wow.
I'm like, wow. I mean, you know what I mean? I'm going to parties with my crates, and dudes is like, this is when you had, you know, crates.
Yeah.
I had 4 or 5.
I'm not that young.
No, I'm just saying, you know, you probably never experienced crates.
Yeah, no, I
Crates is
haven't
like,
though, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the hard time when you would have a little car and you had to learn how to fit
them
8
in
crates
trunk,
in one in the trunk. So,
and it was always good to have a partner because you have to carry them. Sometimes,
yeah,
carry them upstairs.
But now you know, becoming the DJs we are, we out every night by ourselves.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I burnt all my friends out. You know, people been holding crates and coming to parties with me for a decade now. So, just like Self gave me a shot as far as the Union. He saw what I was doing on the mixtapes. When I first came to the Union, it was kind of like a fraternity.
Yeah.
Like when I came there, everybody wanted to be down with the Union. They was known as, before New York, you from New York, it was the radio DJs that was the biggest.
Yeah.
Self, DJ Will, S1, DJ Nori created club DJs.
Shout out to Nori, my boy.
You know what I mean? Nori's my boy.
Yeah.
They became tearing up the clubs where everybody was like, I ain't even listening to radio. I'm looking for the hottest DJs in the club. And when I came back, my personality didn't probably fit with a Big Dog Pitbulls.
Yeah.
That was Funk Flex. And shout out to the heavy hitters. Like, I thought the heavy hitters was like primary Spanish. So I was like, I probably can't join them. And Self was like, yo, won't you join us? So when I came in, they was like, so what are you bringing to the table? I was like,
But this is what we were talking about too. Me and Monet was like, the Union is the biggest DJ crew out here.
in New York
We
City.
have to
yes.
ask him this question on how you
Yes.
got started. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it started from Self, Johnny Handsome, DJ Johnny Handsome,
DJ Johnny
Will,
Handsome,
Power
Queens.
105, DJ Nori, and S1 that's on WBLS.
Yeah.
I wasn't there. I was in college. So when I came back, everybody was talking about the Union.
Yeah.
So when I tried to, I'm like, all right, Self asking me to be with the Union.
The
They-
Union is like being in Iraq back in the days, man. Y'all was that team, man.
Yeah.
Y'all was.
No, we still
Yeah,
are.
so,
We
yeah, still are. Definitely
He
still
said,
is.
"Y'all
My
was
bad,
that."
my bad.
No,
Yeah.
no, we still are. I
Yeah.
mean, as far as
Yeah.
organization and
Oh,
radio, we still are. You know, and it was always. I looked at it when I started. It was like 7 DJs.
Mm.
It was always family orientated, but these 7 DJs ruled all the clubs. Before it wasn't that many clubs, so you only had that. So when I came in, they was like, "Yo, so what do you do?" I'm like, now I'm big in mixtapes
Yeah.
now. I did Double XL, Freshman of the Year,
Mm.
articles. I'm
Yeah.
Crazy.
wearing all type of
Yeah.
things, and I'm like, nigga, I'm Superstar J.
Yeah.
So the other DJs was like, "Yo, I really want to be down with y'all." I just came and like had a literary argument with one of the CEOs because I was like, "Well, if you don't know who I am, you need to wake up in the morning and go to Canal Street and
Yeah.
see how many mixtapes I'm selling."
Yeah.
I was selling like over 10,000 mixtapes
No
every
kidding.
week.
Yeah.
So, you know, that came, and then I was like, damn, I was talking to other DJs. I was like, we went back to the other room. I was like, fuck them niggas, man. I ain't gonna be down with them. I don't give a fuck. I'm still. So when I'm driving, S1, who used to be down with the Union, he was the CEO. He left and started doing the Delt
Okay.
thing. So
Yeah.
that's who really gave me the baton. So he was like, yo, you down with the Union? I was like, what? All right, cool.
That's
so
what's up right there, man.
after that, I started bringing things to the table. Like, far as like, I already had the connection with all the artists because I was doing the mixtape.
Yeah.
I was the hottest mixtape DJ in the world at
Facts.
this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
So I started bringing artists. I started doing stuff with Gilly the Kid. Gilly the Kid had a headphone deal with Beats. I was the first person. You remember when everybody went to gold headphones? When DJs used to wear headphones, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you still wear headphones?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I really tell a lot. I mean, it's a lot. I think in this age that a lot of DJs, you know, it's so easy. Before, when you was DJ on a record, you would have to tune it in and
Yeah.
cue it in. Now it's so easy that you can just learn your cues
Yeah.
and do it like that. But what happens when you don't know a record?
That's a fact.
And I see it all the time.
Yeah.
Like, but you know, we DJ, so we
Yeah.
critique it. You like, yo, I heard him mixing that in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for me, like, I still love. I got a deal off of headphones.
That's facts.
I got a deal off of I had 3 deals. I had a deal with this company and gave me a big check, and I got them. It was Soul headphones, and they gave me a deal. But when you don't wear headphones, you give that person that's not a DJ
Yeah.
motivation to be
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. That's a
Because
fact.
they looking like this shit easy.
That's a fact.
All I gotta do is sit in my crib, learn my cues all day, and just DJ.
That's facts, man.
So, you know, a lot of DJs, they think it look cool, but it don't. It takes the art away. So when you complain about all these people that's not DJs,
Yeah.
you just totally got the art out.
Yeah.
So,
So I have a question. Let's get back to the mixtapes.
yes.
How did your mixtape stand out? Like, what did you do?
Well, when I first started, right? And I'm gonna make sure I don't want to drag it out. When I first started, it was just you couldn't be on mixtape. Like, it was Who Kid, Clue.
Yeah.
You had to have something different. So me going to college helped me out a lot because I had a lot of friends, quote unquote, white friends that had the internet.
Mm.
At this time, nobody really didn't have the
Yeah,
internet.
yeah.
So I had this friend called Big T that would go and find exclusive records where you didn't have to steal it like how Clue and them would take it. I would have the records first. So now I knew that I had the records first. Now I got to try to get in these stores. So it was so hard to get in stores. So when you had a mixtape on the avenue, you was the man.
Yeah.
And one thing, Monet, they would have like a playlist. So if you was at the door and watched the playlist, you was like the top
That's a
DJs.
fact, yeah.
So I used to be like this. My cousin gave me a bunch of money. I put out 5,000 mixtapes. I printed it out. I only sold 10 mixtapes. So that always kept me humble. Every time I felt, at that time, when I felt it, I would go back in my garage and look at them 5,000 mixtapes I never sold. So when I put out my mixtape, I thought I was going to sell. I only sold 10 mixtapes. Every store was like, no, we're not taking them. No, we're not taking them. Bronx, Brooklyn, no, we're not taking them. So I had to find something else. I said, I said, you know what? Let me start at 500 mixtapes.
Mm.
And I had a new record called Akon. And it was called with Styles P. I didn't know who Akon was. But he gave me this record. It was called I'm Locked Up, You Don't Let Me Out. And I'm like, what the fuck? Who is this? But it was Styles P. And I was the only one that had that record.
Wow.
So
that's fire.
When I went on the Avenue, everybody wanted that record. So I'm hearing my name all across the Avenue. So now people are buying it. Now I'm selling 200. So I went to every African and I was like, yo, I want to pay you to put my list on the window. They like, what? I'm like, yeah, I want to pay you. I'll give you $50 to put my list on the window.
Yeah.
They looking like, and they buying mixtapes only for $2. So if I'm giving them $50, they like, wow, okay. So now the list is on here, but I'm real, like, I looked at the mixtape game. I was the first one to create. When you go in the mixtape store, you used to have to open the mixtapes to look at the songs.
Yep. Especially like the On the Low in Brooklyn, man. Yeah.
See, you know what I mean? I saw a bunch of mixtapes on the low. Probably like over 800 every time I would come there.
On the Low was one of the biggest for that,
meaning
man.
like the list was inside the actual...
Inside the thing, you would read it. But what I would do is I'm like, yo, it's too much time. There's too many people putting out mixtapes. Yeah. So I would have the mixtape with the list on the front. So people would just look at it right there. They'd be like, oh, shit, I got all the records. Because when you go in there, you just going fast. But then I was good at R&B. I loved R&B. So I came out with this series called Making Babies. So I would have the mixtape, the rap one, and then I would have on the other side Making Babies. So I would actually sell 300 CDs, but I'll have 150 Making Babies and 150 hip hop, and people would think I'm selling a whole bunch. But then they'll take all of them, and I'll have to re-up. So when I started coming back from Harlem, I would go to Queens, Brooklyn, Bronx, then Harlem, and then meet my man on Harlem Bridge to give him to go to Connecticut, Jersey, and sell it like mixtapes.
This is a surreal moment for me right now because you're breaking down the story on how things really went. And
it was like hustling. It was like doing drugs.
And you put a lot of legwork in and all that, man.
Facts. That's how.
And I was telling Monet, like, I'm really happy that we got you here because
she didn't know that though. She thought I was a little DJ.
nah, we know what's going on. But it was like, like I used to go in the store and like save my bread up, get those $20, and that's when I know what the songs are gonna be hot if they was on your mixtape.
Yeah.
So it's like we got him.
See that? Right like if you look at Pandora, they be having my name still on like older songs.
Yeah,
like Superstar J, and I'm like, what the? Because they would rip that from there. But I appreciate that.
Now, definitely, man. Definitely want to give you your flowers because I didn't know that, you started hosting. You had that energy. Like, on the record was regular, but when you got on it, and I know that's where the dramas came from after that and all that. It was that the voice. And I know you used to have a lot of songs. Were you the one that used to put a whole bunch of songs on it?
Yeah.
On the mixtape?
Like 28 songs. Yeah. I can't even listen to a 12-track album now, but the more songs you had, the more people would want to buy it. So the first 15 would be the hottest records. And then I remember when I first met Drama, shout out to my man Remo the Rap Star.
Shout out to Remo,
He was like putting out the mixtapes and he was like, yo, it's this new dude named DJ Drama. I'm like, word? I'm from New York. He like, he from Atlanta. He just did a tape with Jeezy and this and that. He like, yo, like y'all the two. Drama was like kind of out there now because he was bringing the Jeezy and the Lil Waynes. But I always had a connection with 50 Cent and G-Unit. I grew up in Queens, so 50 always would show love to me like as a mixtape. So when he see me like in the XXL, and this is around the time he was blowing up, I was like, yo, I was in the G-Unit office, and this is when 50 sold 1 million that one day.
50 used to be my favorite rapper.
Yeah, so I'm like, 50 really didn't know who I was. 50's always been militant.
Yeah.
So I went to the G-Unit office. Now, if you ever been to the G-Unit office, 50 had a bulletproof glass door. So if you try to shoot to get in there, because you only could get buzzed in there. So 50 was smart where you would have to shoot to get in there. So I got buzzed in. So it's kind of militant in there. So I'm sitting there with my other partner that was like my mentor, Black Devil, but they call him, in college, they call him Duke Diggler because of Boogie Nights, Dirk Diggler.
Yeah,
so
Dirk
they call him
Diggler,
Duke Diggler. So we sitting in there in the lobby, and 50 was like walking. So I'm waiting for Tony Ayo, because Tony Ayo was supposed to host my mixtape. Tony Ayo took like 2 hours to get to Manhattan. So 50 working out, he see two black dudes and Black Devil, like Duke is black. He look grimy. So he come back out, he like. So he just like so he just walked to us. He's like, yo, what y'all doing here? I was like, nah, I'm waiting for Tony Ayo to host my mixtape. He like, what's your name? Superstar J. He said, you Superstar J? Oh, shit, yo, come in the office. And after that, he was just talk to me for hours about music. And I was like, yo, fuck this. I'm going to shoot my shot. Yo. And then back then, you would have to have a recorder to get drops.
Yeah.
So I had my recorder, and I was like, yo, you think you could do some drops for me? He like, yeah, hell yeah.
That's crazy, yeah.
So when he was doing the drops, he did like back then, if you did like two minutes of drops, you had a whole tape.
You got a whole tape, yeah.
So I would cut it like, yo, 50 Cent, Superstar J, yo, 50 Cent, you know, this is the new shit. So I had like 10 to 15 drops. So then the next tape, hosted by 50 Cent, sold out.
Crazy.
Now I'm just on like, on another level in there.
That's what's up right there, man.
All right, so let's get into this first segment. It's called Giving DJs Their Flowers. If you
Yeah.
can give 3 DJs their flowers.
DJ Self,
Shout
my
out to
brother
Self.
right there. I give him his flowers because he actually put me in the union, put me on radio,
Mm.
and actually put on a lot of DJs on radio. If you look at Power 105, DJ Will was put on by Self.
Yeah.
DJ Nori was put on by Self. Ty Boogie was put on by Self.
Shout out to Top Boogie.
And when Sirius XM Radio, I really didn't know because, New York, you have good radio, so you didn't, at that time, you
Yeah.
really didn't listen to Sirius.
Yeah.
And Shade 45. He's like, yo, what do you be doing on Saturdays? Because I was one of the first people to actually do a podcast like how y'all was doing. I would go to Manhattan, bought all these mics, create my own background, bring the background, and do it. And I used to have like a person from London that I would do the radio. So I would bring up French Montana.
Mm.
I would bring up Machine Gun Kelly, all type of people was coming up. And Self used to see this. So I used to do it from a bar, then I did it from the studio. So Self was like, yo, what are you doing on Saturdays? I was like, I really don't do nothing. Like at that time, I wasn't really getting booked at parties as much as I'm getting booked now. I mean, so Saturdays was kind of free with me. I would go to BB King's with him after. So
Oh man, they used to tear that down.
yeah.
Him
So
and
when,
Obi.
when I came there, I'm thinking I'm like, going to DJ. I was kind of like the intern, really.
Yeah.
I would bring like, the juices from the back, but I was absorbing
Yeah.
like being on radio. Like this is like podcast was kind of like free. You could do whatever you want. Radio's a little bit different, you know that. So I was just learning, and I used to they give me 10 minutes to DJ. So I get 10 minutes, I'll be live and cut it off. This girl named Kimmy Cupcakes, she had like her hour, and I was just hungry. Like every time Self would do an interview, I would be there.
Mm.
Then when Self really became who he was, as far as being on Love and Hip Hop, and he really like took over Power as on his slot,
Yeah.
he really couldn't do Sirius like that. And he already signed a $500,000 deal
Mm.
with Power at that time. So it was like,
Yeah.
I ain't really getting as much as money as Sirius, but it's a big wide range. But he was just like, I didn't even know. He was like really making me be the next person to take over the show.
That's right.
So at this time, Self was like, I can't even do the show. So I used to do his mixes and I say, yo, Self, just do a bunch of drops and talk like you on the radio. And I used to do 4 hours
wow.
of him, me, and I used to put his vocals on the top. This is his show. So it'd be like DJ Self, and I'd be mixing and put his drops on the top of the computer, and I'd be his mix. And
Shout out to Self,
he
man.
was just like, yo,
Big
I'm
flowers.
proud of you.
Yeah.
So then when big guests used to come, they already knew me from Mixtapes. So the program director was like, yo, these people really already know you. I brung LL Cool J to the station. It was like, they like, how the fuck did you bring LL Cool J to the station? I'm like, he from around my way, and he know I do mixtapes.
Yeah.
And I never was afraid to ask, or somebody could say it's no.
Right.
So I asked his manager, I'm like, yo, you think you bring LL? He's like, I'm going to ask him. He's like, yeah, I come. And then as soon as like LL came, I started bringing Little Kim and all these people,
Fire,
all these
fire.
big people. And then they just offered me the position. And when I did the position, I said one thing I wanted to do was before it was, I don't know if y'all know J1, the poster child.
Yeah.
J1 is the president of Pandora.
He's in Atlanta now doing this thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
Atlanta. He's very big. You got to look him up.
Yeah, J1's big, yeah.
Yeah, he's
Tried to get him on the show last year. Busy
he's
man.
He's the president
Yeah.
of Pandora.
Yeah.
Big wig. But he came from VIP Saturday Self Show.
Wow.
I didn't know who he was. He used to send the mix Self. Was like, yo, I got to get this DJ from Atlanta because he is running radio out there. So when Self was busy, he would call me to send the mix. So after J1 became big, I was like, yo, why don't we name this the Union Mix? I was like, let's put each DJ for the Union mix. And after that, I put over like, we got like 55 DJs now. I'll put over 55 DJs on national radio.
And before you do the other two,
yes,
what's the process with, like, do y'all...
Oh, shit, I'm sorry. You said Flowers. DJ Cell, I know you like, this nigga talk too much.
But before you do the other two, how often do you guys add members to the Union?
Every year.
Okay.
The pandemic, we actually had a
and y'all do it big. I done seen some shit.
Yeah, the pandemic, I actually thought of like a DJ, like you remember when you could DJ live? I said, when we do a DJ contest of joining the Union. So we used to have the DJs.
Like a battle?
Huh?
Like a DJ battle?
It wasn't a DJ battle. It was certain things that we would
look for.
No, we would put as, because the Union is not really scratching and taking your shirt off and all that type of stuff. I'm not like, I learned that from Self. I remember one time we were sitting and it was like a battle DJ. He's like, yeah, you got to learn how to put the mics together to build the speakers and scratching this. And Self was like, listen, that's not what I do. I rock parties.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's different from that. Like, I'll do a little bit of that, but nobody wants to hear that in parties. Like, so the Union consists of people that rock out. You ain't got to be a big celebrity or this. It's like we look at you and people like, I get like 30 DJs a day that want to be down with the Union. So it's just a criteria. You could rock out, potential, it's family. I tell people before, you know what I mean? I added like, 8 to 10 girls that really rock out. And we say like this, like, I'm not here to get you on the radio.
Yeah.
I'm not here to get you parties. We here to build off our platform. One thing about the Union, when I became president, because Self left and started the Gwinnett team.
Yeah. And
he gave me the flowers, like, I want you to run the Union in S1, and DJ Will's the CEO of it. He was like the starter, and I'm the president. So one thing I would tell DJs is that it's a platform.
Yeah. You
don't know how much relationships you get. Like, the Union's more family. We got a group chat where we argue about what music it is. It's like unfiltered. If you ever you join the Union, you be like, what the fuck, niggas? You thinking motherfuckers is fighting, like, just talking about mixes. Like, it's so many things. I put 5 Canada DJs out there because I'm big in Toronto. They rock out. We got Canada.
So you don't have to be from New York?
No, we got Atlanta DJs too. We got who we got?
Just
is out there.
Shout out to Just, yeah.
Just came under me. I brung Just in. Just was my camper.
Yeah.
When I was his camp counselor. And Just was like a celebrity at like 8 years old. And he used to come to camp and be so humble. Like, you just see him on TV. He be in camp, a regular dude. You're like, what the fuck? Like, so
Just, man.
Just was a person that I love because I felt like a lot of people turned their back on him because he was so nice and how big he was.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, come fuck with us. And it's a family. And he came. We got
Just
what's his
nice.
name? Oh shit. Stunner is there. DJ Stunner is out there. We got Double Nickel out there.
And they putting on out there too, man.
DJ Executive moved out there.
Executive out there.
Couple of people. Like, but I'm always looking for like New York, we like it, but I think it's always a strength in numbers.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if you or her was on the Union, it's a strength of numbers. You could be like, well, I got all my DJs, the artists. Well, let's figure this out and break an artist. I got DJs from here. I got DJs in Pittsburgh. When I was out in Pittsburgh, every time I would go, North Carolina, every time I would go, because it used to be hard for me going out of town because, you coming into their club, coming to their home, you have certain DJs like, yo, I got to take my controller. I'm like, bro, I just flew out here. What the fuck you mean you taking the controller? Like, or
that's real though.
You coming in, they playing all the hits, trying to drown you, and you got to figure it out. Like, I've been to places where it was 4,000 people, and I'm coming in at 11:30, and he's playing all the hits. So, you know what I mean? But they'll see after when you rock out. One thing about a DJ, they just got to be a pure hater. They know if you rock out, they gonna be like, nah. And I'm coming from
that's
being Superstar J, and like the hype is really real. Like, I really rock out. I really know how to entertain me. This crowd now is entertainment and knowing the room and reading the room. So anybody could join. It's just a process. Like, you know what I mean? We just tell you, like, this ain't just don't be an opportunist. Grab the opportunity.
Yeah.
Nobody's bigger than the Union stamp. I'm not bigger than the Union. Will's not. Self is not. Because it's all of us.
Yeah.
So
that's fire.
shout out to all the DJs out there too.
You got 2 more DJs.
I said Self, right?
Yeah.
Self. What, as far as Flowers is, what do you mean, like respectful or they just
Influenced your
demands
DJ career. You looked up
that
to.
helped me in my career, or
yeah,
just,
or just looked up to.
Oh,
growing
okay,
up.
Clue.
Shout out to Clue.
I look up to like one of the best mixtape DJs ever.
Mm-hmm.
First DJ that I would want to have his type of money. Very rich.
Yeah.
First DJ that I seen besides Flex that had a platinum album.
Mm-hmm.
Clue and I would say I'm gonna do 2 more because I love partying. So I would say Kid Capri.
Shout out to
Okay.
Kid.
That's like a mentor to me.
Mhm.
I rock besides him. And I would say SNS. SNS is like, I've never seen a person rock out for 6 hours and just nonstop.
Shout out to SNS, man.
He's the only
talent
DJ,
right there.
Yeah.
only person that he's not taking 5 parties. He's gonna do the whole 6 hours.
That's fire right there. Well, I know you mentioned earlier Johnny Handsome.
Yes.
Johnny Handsome, I got to give him his flowers.
Johnny
man.
Handsome is a legend, man.
Yeah,
First Nicki Minaj dropped me. She like, "Oh, you so handsome."
Yeah,
I was
he
like,
really-
"Wow, pause for him." But that's what Nicki said about
Yeah, he
him.
was one of the DJs that got me, that inspired me, man. He booked me at a couple Queens events, and I always would go see him play. Like, Johnny's dope.
Johnny's dope because he can act. And I'll show you the chat. We was just arguing about the whole, what's going on. But Johnny's a person that he can bring records to light that you forgot. Like I love when it's records because I think what makes a good DJ, I don't know, for me, is a person that can go to parties and have a good time. I like to go to parties.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to be 60, 70 years old still going to parties. And I just like I'm not a house person. Like, I being a DJ, I know, sometimes
in
this
the
shit is a
streets.
job.
Yeah.
But I love the party. Like, I would love to see you rock out. I would love to see you rock out. And then I would steal something from you. Like, I'm going to say, oh, shit, I
I'm
like
taking
that.
mix, yeah.
I like that. So, it's great. Like, Johnny's just the person that he's another person that can rock out for 4 hours. Shout out to Johnny Handsome, too.
Let's do a DJ tip. Why is it important for DJs to be registered as a vendor?
Because you don't have no health insurance. A lot of these people think that DJing is a job. It's a job, but it's not a good paying job. Especially it's a hustle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I tell DJs a lot. Like
That's facts, right there.
you could be hot for a moment, but brands last forever.
Yeah.
So you got to brand yourself. You get like it's a dog world out here.
Yeah.
Like you got these females like. They not playing right
Yeah.
now, you know what I mean?
I tell you,
and then
man.
on top of it, they bringing their crowd.
Yep.
They promoting. You know what I mean? You got certain DJs that come here and be like, "Yo, I'm nice. I ain't got to promote." Okay, well, you won't get hired the next party.
Yeah.
I'm just going to tell you why. Because everybody's working together at this point. Like I've always been a person that if the flyer don't look good, I got a graphic designer. I'm gonna put my face on the flyer. Because I want people to know it's me.
Yeah.
I'm all about branding myself. People don't brand themselves because you never know who's watching. You never know who's in your story. You never know who, you know what I mean? So who's the best person to promote? It's you.
Yep.
So if they put in your, I hate when they play, I don't know if they doing it in Atlanta, but when they play New York's best DJs, you know what they doing with that? When they just doing New York best DJs, they taking you out the game.
I hate when I see that live DJ.
They
New
take you
York.
out the
I
game
hate
because
that.
they getting any DJ, so
I
you don't know
hate
what to
that, yeah.
expect. Like, why wouldn't the promoter want to
Put your
promote
name
you?
on your
Yeah.
flyer, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so when you get a flyer, you find somebody or be a graphic artist and put your face on there because you want to get your crowd. It's gonna be somebody looking like, oh, I want to hire him. So it's about getting, you know what I mean, doing LLCs
Mm-hmm.
because you got a lot of these club owners that get slick. You might do an event and you got to now you got certain DJs that don't know what a W-4 is. You like, nigga, that means he's claiming you on his
yeah.
taxes.
Yep.
So if you making that type of money, you want to claim it too. You want to put, this is what you paid for. So
Facts.
when 2020 hit, I had an LLC. So when it was time to get the money back, I claimed myself
Yeah.
and my loss.
Yep.
It got a big money because I was so, and then also you want healthcare. Like these people don't care about us being sick.
Come on.
You can have a broken finger or you're not coming. You got to find ways to
Yeah.
take care of yourself. And I'm gonna say right now is that DJing is a career, but it's also a hustle. It's like a job that you never know. You might that 1 month you could have all the parties, then that next month, party could either close down, or the promoter might have hired a cheaper DJ, or the promoter might have just turned to a DJ and say, "Oh, they can't afford you no more,"
or the club shut down.
Yeah, or the club shut down. So you got to find different ways to make means of money. I tell DJs all the time, get a job. Why are you so afraid to get a job?
Come on.
Like, yo, if you really want to work, this is about multiple incomes.
Yeah.
Nobody can tell me you can make that bunch of money, but you got to pay for gas. You got to pay for your clothes. You got to eat. So that $300 just already been ate up. You're not going to go in there and not buy a drink. Half of these promoters ain't even give you a drink.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? The dudes is working for drinks and hookah out here, baby. Like, I don't want no drink from no promoter, bro. Like, I'm good, bro. I want my money. You know what I'm saying?
All
like,
of it.
I like that, man.
Cash App is right here. I tell people, you can have it's bonds about making relationships with promoters, but you got to understand when you make that relationship with them, now you're their friend. So if you lose, they lose. Y'all all lose. But I tell promoters all the time, I'm like, listen, if it's 1,000 people in here or 10 people in here, that was my price.
Yeah.
Because if it's 1,000 people in here, it's not a lot of people it's not a lot of promoters that's going to give you a tip or extra money. I've never seen that yet for me.
Seen that.
Like, yo, you know what I mean? Here's extra $700.
Like our party won. Let me just throw you some extra bread.
You know what I mean? So if this is your price, stay at my price. Like, I don't want because I'm not going to be complaining I'm not watching what you made.
Yeah.
We agreed on this. Now, it's up to you to do what you want to do, but pay my price. So I tell people if DJing, if you got time to get a job, because you don't want to be 50 years old and not have no Social Security.
Yeah.
You don't want to be a person, because DJing, it's about age, but your demographic age out with you.
And some of the OG DJs that, passed away because of the bad health, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
This is like the enlightenment for that, you know what I'm saying? We get fat drinks, fast food, nasty food.
Sometimes we forget to eat. We don't sleep.
Sometimes people be triple booked. They don't go to the gym. Now, I know you on this whole gym flow thing now.
Yes.
And you're encouraging DJs. It's just people to stay healthy and busy.
That's the reason how I got my all my endorsement deals. I just presented myself with it. A good friend of mine that was DJ Who Kid's manager, he was kind of overweight, and I always went to the gym regardless, 'cause I was an athlete, but I like to look good, so I ain't, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just a good looking person, and I think that's the fountain of youth of working out, and that's going to keep you alive. You know what I mean? I don't eat meat. You know what I mean? I don't eat no type of meat. I just eat seafood. Trying to even stop that. You know what I mean? I don't try to stop bread, cheese, but he was obese, and it was just like, yo, how you working out? And he was like, yo, I just told him tips, and then he was like, yo, he put me on the phone. He like, yo, I want to send you some products of what I be using, BPI Sports. So I looked it up. I'm like, BPI Sports is like one of the biggest protein companies in the world.
Yeah.
So he put me on the phone with the CEO. And so happily, quote unquote, radio, he was a big fan of me. He like, yo, I listen to you every time on Shade 45.
That's
and
crazy.
Yo, this, Eminem and all this. I'm like, yo, I said, yo, have you ever promoted a DJ? I said, because a lot of, our DJs, they're not in shape.
Yep.
If I could show them, you know what I mean, to get this, you know what I mean? And then just even the whole community is not in shape. Yeah. So he was like, yo, that would be a good deal. Would you do a deal with me? We worked out the contract, worked out how much I was going to get.
Fire.
And they gave me a signature drink. I sold out the first one. It was called Starberry. I sold that whole protein powder out. And then they gave me another contract that's called Superstar Mimosas. So I got that contract. And like I said before, I just want to put a reminder, because I get on my DJs. I tell people, if I don't care about you, I won't talk to you. So that's just me. Like, if I'm giving you advice, that means I care about you.
DJs need love
I don't give
too.
a fuck. Fuck it, whatever you do. But y'all gotta understand what's the number one killer right now for DJs and people that's partying?
Don't say hookah.
Hookah.
Wow.
It's the number one thing. I mean, you have people that say, oh, well, you can drink liquor and, the still outcome. No, it's not the outcome. It's the secret killer. You got people that create a hookah that don't smoke the hookah that we are smoking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You have degrees of, they have the Red Cross where you can look up hookah and it tells you the disadvantages of it.
Wow. Wow.
You got people that's over 40 years old. So I asked a person who do smoke hookah a lot, you smoke cigarettes? Nah, I don't smoke no cigarettes. All right, well, you know that hookah is like amount of 20 cigarettes, right? Okay, so 10 years from now when you having all this respiratory stuff and you wondering why you can't, cancer, all this is popping up, it's because you were smoking hookah trying to look cool. This is just it. Do you know in New York City that you're not allowed to smoke? No clubs are not allowed to serve hookah. They'll give the fine because they make so much money. If you look at any club in the NYC, because I do parties myself, so I know every club owner. The club owner be like, yo, the sign is right there, but you can't see it. And they give you the warnings of hookah. You know what I'm saying? And then you don't even know what they putting in it. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what type of hookah. Oh, this is, it's certain hookahs that's health-free, that come from the ground, whatever, but you don't know what hookah you getting. You could be getting the cheapest hookah in the world, and it's fucking up your lungs. So, you know what I mean? I'm not nobody to do it, but I'm telling you, just to look cool.
It's good knowledge.
I think I'm about to stop smoking hookah.
It's good knowledge.
I mean, when you get off
I'm
of
trying
this,
to stop though.
Go to Red Cross and look at the harms of hookah. And it might not happen now.
Yeah.
But when you 10 years from now, it's going to be a lot of people that's going to be like, you know what I mean? And certain people's bodies, people that can smoke weed to the day they die. But I'm not a person, if you're going to tell me that this could happen, I'm going to avoid it.
It's going to happen, yeah, man.
I love to drink, though. I drink on occasion. I ain't going to sit here and say that. I'm a drinker, but I ain't no alcoholic.
Yeah. So let's talk radio. Shade 45. How did that come about?
By DJ Self. Shade 45 is, I think, the top. I tell artists all the time, the 5 top radio platforms for music is.
Listen up, artists. Listen up.
I'm gonna tell you like this. No, even for radio
just
people.
throw your music out, DJ. Here, play my song.
I'm gonna show you right now, and I want you to look at it. And all right, so here's the top online music. YouTube's number 1. Why?
Videos.
No. Why?
Information.
No.
YouTube University.
Come on.
No, he's talking about like music-wise.
Music-wise, these are the top platforms for music.
And that's the most used tool at
Because
the
it's
moment?
free.
Good answer.
There's your guy.
Spotify is free. It has an option.
Oh, okay.
Oh, shit.
Look who just walked into the studio, DJ Will.
Shit. I was just talking about you. I was like just dissing you and all that
Hey,
shit.
yo, DJ Will.
Nah. So, Spotify, right? Then we have Amazon Music. Why is that free? Amazon's the biggest supplier of everything. So Amazon Go, that's why. Amazon Music. Then you got Pandora, that's us. Then you got Sirius XM, number 5. Then you got Apple Music. Then you got the person that Will works for, iHeartRadio. Y'all number 7 too. So it's SoundCloud, 10%, and then I don't even know Odyssey.
So why are artists still like begging DJs to play my song? Why are they not using these tools that's available?
You said what?
Why are artists begging these DJs that come up to the DJ booth, play my song?
Let me tell you something. The average artist just want to hear their record played. They don't care what it contains of. They just want to see it, and they don't do in this music business it's 95% business. You know what I mean? Like music comes last, and a lot of artists don't understand that and don't take advantage of like a Sirius XM and Shade 45. You can go if you look at any rental car, Sirius XM in it.
Yeah,
it's just that they make you want to get it. They give it to you free for a year. Now they give it like 2 years.
They do the little free.
They make it like $6 and a thing. It don't even affect you.
We was trying to listen to you in the car, but
they did the little previews and shit like that.
Yeah, but you could pay for it. You know what I'm saying? So like even the rentals, they be trying to charge, but regular in your car is like $6. So we got over 100 million subscribers on Sirius XM, and that's not just Shade 45. You got Oprah channel, you got Kevin Hart channel.
Yeah,
you have all type of thing. You got all this in one for $6. You can go listen to the Knicks game in Atlanta or, you know what I mean, or the NBA channel. So, that's pretty much what that is, too.
Most memorable record you broke on the radio?
Most memorable record I broke, I would say Young M.A. Ooh.
Yeah.
That record was big.
And I was a part of that success, too. I used to see it all the time in Sirius. And no. The most memorable record we broke was All the Way Up.
Facts.
Two stories about that. Young M.A. used to come to Sirius XM every day. Like, she just do interviews. And I gave her a record. It was called The Middle of the Summer. I said, yo, I got this beat. It was for Uncle Murder. It was like, go Brooklyn. Uncle Murder never answered the text. And she did it. And Funkmaster Flex started going crazy on it. So that was the record that broke her. But then we was in Sirius. She's like, yo, I got this new record called You Hate It and That Broke. I was like, yo, that record we did was good, but this one is the go. And that one went, and then we did, shout out to DJ Will. I know y'all doing an interview with him. That's, I didn't diss him though. You know that, right? That's a CEO. Nah, he knows that, but I'm just playing. But we had
I remember seeing Will and Gersh. He had Young M.A. and that was going crazy at that time too.
Yeah, Will, he's gonna have tons of records that he said he broke. So All the Way Up wasn't supposed to be a single for Remy. She had a record I did with Yo Gotti called I forgot whatever it was, but I got the record from my producer, and Yo Gotti was on a hook, and he just had a Yo Gotti reference. She loved it so much she called Yo Gotti and got the thing. So we came for promoting that record. So we on the bus, and she like, yo, fellas, I want y'all to hear this. And we sitting on the bus. It's like, nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up.
That's how it starts, man.
I said, oh. All of us is like, fuck my record. Go with that one. And that's how that broke. That's 2-2. I didn't even get a plaque for that, man. You got a plaque for that?
It's in the plaques.
Sheesh.
Now you see how I be feeling about plaques?
Yeah.
It's a badge of honor. I mean, I feel like I got enough, but I still love plaques. Shout out to
how does a DJ get a plaque?
I just got my plaque for what was it? What was his record that he had at first? I don't care enough. You can tell me shit.
Was that Lucci?
Yeah. Every Day We Live.
I
just got that plaque a week ago. They had my plaque. Some guy, it was an intern, DM me and said, yo, is this you, Superstar J? I said, yeah. He said, yeah, we had this plaque. It's just been sitting here.
Wow, that's crazy.
Collecting dust. But I got it. So that's real monumental to me.
Are they still giving out plaques?
Is that still the thing right now? Yeah.
They're giving out. I ask a question to you. Do you want plaques? Do you think that's
all
Do you think you deserve a plaque?
Yeah.
For what record?
Well, when the records do break, like
No.
Honey Baby.
What record? What record you feel that you deserve?
Bryson Tiller, whatever she want.
Okay.
I got a little list. I can't think off the top of my head.
But why Bryson Tiller? Why you feel like you deserve a plaque from him?
I feel like I'm the reason that was on radio in Atlanta. Yeah.
Did you let the company know that?
Well, I talked to one of the execs from his label. So
have you ever put it in your stories?
Yes. And I posted on my page.
Okay, so
I told people to tag him like, y'all let Bryson know I got his song in rotation.
Yeah. I remember you DM'd me that. He was real. So you just go, it can happen.
Yeah, I've been trying to work my one with that.
Well, then you keep on going. You're going to get that plaque.
Yeah.
That song is going crazy right now, man. We got to do the Would You Rather before we get up out of here, man.
Okay, so let's get into the second segment. It's called Would You Rather. Batty is going to ask you a series of questions. You just pick the first one that comes to your head, and you can't say,
Ready?
You said what? I can't say what?
Can't think.
Like, you can't think about it.
First answer that comes
I've
first.
never said before, but all right, cool. Now I might say it now.
Ready, set, here we go. Title or record pool?
Record pool.
CDJs or vinyls?
Vinyl.
DJing or basketball?
DJ.
You rather make a mixtape or tour with an artist?
Mixtape.
You prefer check or cash?
Cash.
Zelle or Cash App?
Zelle.
Headphones, no headphones.
Headphones.
Host, no host when you DJing.
No host.
You rather DJ for a younger crowd or older crowd?
Both.
Blending versus scratching.
Blending.
Can we talk or lovers and friends?
Can we talk?
Festivals or clubs?
Festivals.
Okay.
Radio, okay, that was it? Yeah, nice.
Come on, what happened? There's more.
You wanna
There's
keep
more.
going?
Hip hop or R&B?
R&B.
Dancehall or Afro?
I don't really not. I'm not. Dancehall.
And
I grew up on that. I actually did hooky parties where I bust on myself, pause,
Oh.
and basement parties. So dance hall was like kind of.
And radio or clubs?
I was grinding, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, you said radio or clubs?
Radios or clubs? Would you prefer?
Shit. Radio.
Yeah. Why radio?
Probably last longer.
Okay. That's fine.
Can you retire from radio?
The Union. Excuse me?
Like you get benefits?
You said, did I retire from
No,
radio?
I said, can you, like, for people who don't know?
I don't think you should. I don't think, it's a lot of people that's over 50 to 60 years old who's still doing radio that you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Because all you got is your voice. Like with clubs, I love doing clubs. I love the, you know what I mean, reading the crowd. I love, I just told you, like before, like, I just love going to clubs. Like, I learned that from DJ Will too, like stealing sets. Like, Will was like, you know, fuck it. Take it from somebody. You don't take the whole set, but you know what I mean? Take a couple, like, he has a ill slogan called "Hey Boo," and I remember when he said it. Pause. I was like, wow. Like all the ladies, like really, like, "Hey Boo," and it was like, yo, shit, this shit is powerful.
Right, yeah.
So I used it. I've been using it for like a good 10 years straight. Yeah.
Okay.
Artists used to always come to the route with the mixtapes. Will mixtapes ever come back?
No.
Why do you think playlists don't hit like mixtapes did? Like the playlists people put on like Apple or
Because the people who's
Spotify.
doing it don't know what they're doing.
That's it.
You got people that, you know what I mean? I told you in this day and age, you got people that can grab a podcast right now and do it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they official to tell you what they yo, well, he's not this. And like, it was one podcast, I think it was from Atlanta. They said that DJs don't break records no more. And I was just like, how? Like, he's like, podcasters break records. I haven't heard one podcast that broke a record yet.
Well, it's a big thing right now in Atlanta with the artists and the DJs right now, and they're trying to figure out who's breaking these records, where to go to break records.
I mean, where do they go? They don't go to the podcast to sit down and chill, right?
Yeah.
They can't come up to you right now. Artists can't come up to you like, yo, play my record.
Nah.
But they do it to us.
Yeah.
I have people that I don't know from nowhere and will come to me at 2 o'clock in the morning where the Brink, and I seen this person before, never said nothing to me. But it's popping. And they be like, yo, play my record.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even hear the record.
Yeah.
So that goes for the other headphone people that don't use headphones. How the fuck you even listen to the
How
record?
you even listen to it? Yeah, you ain't got no headphones, man.
Solid DJ Will person. That's a legendary DJ. He still use headphones. Like, I'm not against anybody. I told you the technology made people sit in their crib all day and study their cues and do that. I don't have no time to sit in my house and study cues and this and that. You know what I mean? But how do you mixing the record in?
Yeah.
You use no headphones, right?
Both.
Both. So
Like I use headphones, but I don't always wear them.
all right, so when somebody give you a record and you have no headphones, you entirely don't know how this record sound, nothing.
I probably won't play it.
Me, I work in strip clubs too, so like I heard you say strip. I was watching your podcast. I said, see, Atlanta's different. Y'all got strip club DJs.
Strip club DJs, yeah.
Like us out here, we have it's everything.
Yeah.
No, and not actually, because you gotta like I do strip clubs, parties, radio, so everything is totally different. Do you do strip clubs?
No.
Why?
Not my scene.
You don't like naked females or something?
Nah, not that. It's just I don't. To control that room, I feel like it's just too much. Like,
How?
dealing with the females, and I just don't want to be in the strip club. I don't like working late. I like to be home.
I mean, so what? In the strip clubs,
I mean, I
you gotta
could do
work
a
late?
day shift, but
Oh, see, I don't know. See, these wills. I didn't even know it's day.
yeah,
Because Atlanta is big. It's
Yeah,
day shifts.
it's-
It's night shifts.
They start that at 11
The
o'clock.
reason why I do strip
and the hours
clubs,
are long.
Yeah.
the reason why I do strip clubs in New York is that it actually gives me practice of because it's way more. Like you know what I mean, to do a party, you got to really read a room in New York City. You can't just come in there.
Yeah.
But also in doing strip clubs, you have to read the room of certain records. But it also gives me a break of me telling the artist, all right, if you serious, come to the strip club, I can play your record.
Wow.
Because you can break records more in a strip club than you can do in a party.
Yeah.
I think artists should listen to that route. You know
You know what I mean? So I want to see if they serious, and then you really you can live out your dreams. If you serious, your record's gonna get played.
We could talk all
They probably
day.
wouldn't go though, because they don't got
You know
they
what I'm
don't got no
saying?
money.
Why
then get your money up.
We're gonna ask the question that everybody asks. The reason why we do the show. Why do DJs need love, bro?
Because we make the world go round. If you look at 2020, it wasn't. If it wasn't for us, it would be a lot of depressed people. It would have been. I had so many people during the pandemic, and you remember I did that. What I was telling you, we did a. When I said, "How do you join the union?" We did a whole like contest,
Yeah.
and we had like content of how the union is. So we had certain segments that how you could rock on radio. We had certain segments where our DJ, you would have to copy their whole set. So it was just like a TV show. People would go to the page and just wait. Yeah. Like I used to do lives and really prepare for my live. Like I remember that time I was really preparing. Like I got my whole set together. I remember the first time, because 2020, it's 5 o'clock, and it was a very dark moment. Yeah. And I didn't drink that whole pandemic. And the one time I drunk, I rocked out for like 2 hours. I was like DJing. I was talking about if I got married, I did an R&B show. I was bugging the fuck out that night. But it just really helped people, man. I think DJs make the world go round. It breaks music. We made a lot of millionaires. Mm-hmm. A lot of people are millionaires because of us. And you can't even get them to come to the club. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or get a drop. DJs, you know what I mean? Man. You remember this certain person would come to you or you see their grind, and we still stay humble with it. Yeah, man. You know what I mean? It's no medicals in this business. It's no vacations. It's no days off. And you really can't determine what you're gonna get paid. Yeah. You can come to a party and obviously think you're gonna get paid. And they might not even have it. Yep. I got certain DJs that I was speaking to yesterday. It was like, yo, I still didn't get paid from the party we did. Because they talking about they still got to get certain money for other DJs. Wow, man. Crazy. So you got to love the DJ. You got to love the Union DJs. I like y'all. That's a guy. I don't know if you know what I mean? You should check us out. You remember I told you I like your style.
Oh, thank you.
You know what I mean? And you too, my brother.
My dog.
You know who he gave props to, Will? That he said is a dope DJ that people don't, that's very underrated. Tell him.
DJ Johnny Henson.
Very underrated, yo.
Dopest DJ in the city to me, you know what I mean?
Let's get it.
That is another episode of the DJs Need Love Too show. I go by the name of DJ Badio.
I am DJ Monet.
And that is
Superstar J, partner of the Union DJs, you heard?
And we out, man.